And Vince Carter with his first on the final round.
Ladies, wait, timeout. Can I take a timeout?
Have we ever seen that before?
By the time Vince Carter was in grade 7, he was already playing on his high school varsity basketball team. By the time he was in college, he was easily known for his high-flying dunks. So this was no surprise once he reached the NBA. Over the course of his career, he was arguably the best dunker then, and even in history. He was known for his dunk creativity, including 360s, windmills, and between-the-leg slams. His ability to improvise and execute these dunks in game situations is what really put him on the map. As we tackle some of the best dunks of his NBA career, he's known to have some of the highest verticals in NBA history. But we don't need to waste any more time trying to convince you that Vince Carter was one of the greatest dunkers ever. We'll let the rest of this video do the talking.
Vince Carter defies gravity to windmill dunk. Wow.
Against the LA Clippers on March 8, 2000, Charles Oakley sends the ball to D. Brown, who then immediately throws the ball to Vince for the one-handed alley-oop. Now, it's one thing to do an alley-oop, it's another to do it at this pace with one hand. Carter shared in an interview that they actually didn't practice this together. It was improvised in the moment. When the Raptors joined the league in '95, they weren't too good at the time. But when Carter came in 1998, the team improved a lot more with him, and it was clear that this guy had something special to offer the team. Though he never ended up winning an NBA title, he's still considered one of the best there is. In his first season, he was NBA All-Rookie First Team and won the NBA Rookie of the Year. But it wasn't until 2000 where Vince really started to shine.
Raptors, Vince Carter.
It was the NBA dunk contest and all eyes were on Vince. It was also mentioned that he had something planned that no one had ever seen in the contest before. Dunk number 1 had everyone going absolutely crazy. Vince steps up and puts out a reverse 360 windmill. It was a clear 10 out of 10 for this one. The next dunk is similar but from a different position. After 2 dunks, dunk number 1 was a perfect 50 and dunk number 2 was 49. But dunk number 3 only gets crazy. The amount of height you need to put the ball between the legs and execute this dunk is crazy. Even after Vince made this dunk, he was already calling it and the fans were loving it. Now, if you thought that was it, let the last dunk take it away. Carter finished his 4th dunk with an elbow dunk and people were speechless. To nail it in the coffin, Carter did another dunk where he jumped just after the free throw line and made a 2-hand dunk. From here on, the results were clear. Vince Carter made a new wave of dunking in the NBA. Now, if you thought he only dunked like this in the NBA contest, you're in for a cookie. Now, clearly, Vince likes doing his windmills. In another game against the Clippers, as Carter drives to the rim, he's up against Michael Olowokandi, who tries to make the block, and rather than pushing through him, Vince does a little dodge and then finishes with a windmill kind of dunk on the other side. The funny part about this is that he never tried that kind of windmill before, so even he was surprised it went in. It was all instinct within the moment. But if you want a clear windmill,
stop it. Get some help.
We got you. Against the Milwaukee Bucks, Vince gets the ball on a breakaway from Muggsy Bogues, and it's a wrap from that point on. We've also got to mention this game took place a month before the NBA dunk contest, so just as we said, this guy wasn't just putting dunks out for the contest, but this was a regular thing for him. The crazy part about all of this is that it doesn't stop here. We know that Vince Carter has creativity in his dunks and is clearly amazing at doing his windmills, but as we mentioned earlier, he was also known for his vertical jump, and players like Kobe Bryant made this known.
We played a tournament together, and I remember the height that this guy can elevate off the ground was just unbelievable.
Against the Atlanta Hawks, Vince was in his rookie year and up against a friend, Dikembe Mutombo. He's trying to make his mark in the league and decided to make the jump over the 7-foot defender and absolutely slams the rim with it. This man has no fear against big defenders. Because he did it again again in the 2000 Olympics. France tries to make a pass to move the ball up court, but Vince comes out of nowhere to intercept the pass and then absolutely slams the ball over 7-foot defender Frederick Vines. The crowd's reaction says it all. Now, we're not done with big defenders yet. While Vince played for the New Jersey Nets up against Miami Heat, he brings the ball to face Alonzo Mourning, who was known as one of the best shot blockers in the league. But this was no obstacle for Vince.
Talk about large. How about that slam dunk from Vince Carter?
The way he hung through the air and was able to tower over him left the man speechless. Now, before we move on, we have to know that Vince Carter was more than just his dunks. He's the only player in NBA history to play 22 seasons within 4 different decades from 1999 to 2020. On top of that, he's one of 6 players in NBA history to record 24,000 points, 6,000 rebounds, 2,500 assists, 1,000 steals, and 1,000 three-pointers. To this day, he's still the point leader for the Raptors franchise, along with having the most points in a playoff game, scoring 50 points against the 76ers on May 11, 2001. His impact on the Raptors is still significant to this day. Now, aside from windmills and verticals, as mentioned earlier, Vince has creativity in his dunking abilities. In the All-Star game back on February 20th, 2005 in Denver, Vince decided to do something that no one saw coming. He takes the ball down casually and then throws it off the backboard for a one-handed dunk, and the rest is history. This guy really doesn't need both hands to throw down, and that shows his athleticism. And he shows that again, but with a twist, no pun intended, against the Cavs during his rookie season. He pushes the steal, Tracy McGrady picks up the ball and then passes it down to Vince on a fast break, who then makes a one-handed 360 dunk. This was also the first 360 dunk of his career. This guy attacks the rim at all costs. Against the Rockets, it's a tie game at 98 apiece with 11 seconds left in the game. McGrady inbounds the ball to Carter, who then sits at the three-point line to square up against Shandon Anderson, and then just decides to attack the rim with 2 other defenders, and then soars above all of them to not only make the dunk, but the game-winning point. Against the Wizards, Carter brings the ball down and then brings the ball around the back and then drives to the net with ease, but once again bringing that explosive execution on attacking the rim at all costs. 3 days later against the Lakers, Vince decided to turn up the heat a little more. He meets John Celestin at the 3-point, makes a crossover, and then jumps from the free throw circle, and nobody is stopping him. Carter's athleticism was not only impressive, but it's exactly what set him apart from other dunkers in the league, along with these other dunks.
Driving over Stackhouse to the cup with a right-handed dunk. Are you kidding me?
To get a win. Lob inside. Carter. Oh! Major elevation.
Carter to the rim. Carter.
Today, we've got players such as Luka Doncic, who is also setting himself apart from the rest of his competition. Check out this next video.